I have a artist friend that I'm trying to sort of collaborate with, and we're doing a little comic sort of side project of our own. And do you have any advice or, you know, pitfalls or pet peeves for when you're, well, I mean, like working on a creative project together, and some, you know, maybe someone has one creative idea and where it kind of like, I don't want to dictate to her too much, like I want it to look like this because she's the artist and she probably has, you know, like she knows what will look really good, you know, on the page and that kind of thing. But I also have a sort of visual, when I'm writing, I have a kind of visual imagination, so I want to kind of dictate what, you know, what this scene should look like and the layout. But do you have any advice, or, you know, from working with artists and being artists, you know, what you would prefer?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's any harm in laying it out. You know, you might as well express, if you know, you're writing it, you know, you can express, like, this is how I would like it, and then if it is a collaborative process, then the artist says, look, let's talk about it, you know, and then I guess just be open to your collaborator, I think is probably the best advice, and just assume that you're gonna have to sort of, like, you know, back down and, you know, pick which mountain is, you know, mount is yours to die on, you know. So it's but also just listen to them, like your artist, I suppose, and thing is, I think if you show that you're kind of willing to acquiesce to, like, sort of, like, you know, the artist, some of the artist's decisions, then chances are that she'll be sort of willing to do similar to you. Sort of, there'll be a time when she'll read it and you'll give her, like, maybe quite an explicit instruction, and she'll be like, yeah, you know, she'll give back too. Do you know what I mean? But I don't know if there's anything about how to deal with friction necessarily. I mean, I'm assuming that there is with you, but, like, it's kind of, but just keeping communication open is obviously the thing, you know. And I suppose just realize that at the end of the day, the visuals are, I guess you originated it, like, but really it's a visual medium, isn't it? You know, and I guess if you, without being harsh, if you could do the artwork, you know, so it's
I was even that talented.
I know it sounds really harsh, but it's but I think it's kind of true. Yeah, just trust your collaborator, I guess.
Do you ever provide sketches of your ideas, or you just describe things?
I haven't tried doing sketches or anything like that.
Are you afraid you offend your partner if you did?
More I'm not.
I mean, even if it was a crude sketch, if you have a visual idea, give your collaborator a crude sketch and say, here's my initial idea, but please, you know, take it, you know, expand upon it, go crazy with it, make it much better than this. I can't draw, you can draw. I mean, be encouraging. You know, don't. I think since you're generating the initial ideas, don't hold yourself back. But always encourage your collaborator. Like, yeah, here's how far I could take it, but you could do so much more with it. Or maybe you have a different take and you'd like to discuss it with me. I would frequently, because I happen to be an artist, I would frequently provide a very detailed sketch of a new character, and the artist would just take it that way. But there were plenty of times when I wrote into plots, you know, here's my idea of what's going on in this scene, you know, blah blah blah. But exactly what I just said, you know, feel free to take it way beyond this, you know, go crazy with it. And that worked pretty well with most of the artists I worked with, you know, just to encourage them.
Okay, well, thanks, guys.
Good luck.